Monday afternoon. I'm looking a bit scruffy there. Been drying all this morning, and I'm now heading out in the tractor to go haul in some more barley for us. Now this is coming from a different people to who the last one did, so I'm going to be picking up from next to an old little New Holland combine. Sorry, struggling with the words there. Just coming up to a junction as well now, so yeah, I'm going to be hauling back from there. Where I dropped the trailer out early, just before I had to go and empty the dryer. The stuff we've just dried was the second field's worth of stuff that we brought in the other day. Not the other day, the other week now. God, that's been sat there a while. And it was at 18.9, which is pretty wet when it went in. That's like not good at all. Just come out at 14.4, so that's good after 3.5 hours cooking in there and then the cooling cycle, so that's all good. So I'm going to go get this stuff. We'll do a moisture test on it, but I'm putting it somewhere else for now, and then we'll just have to move it down afterwards. So yeah, see you in a bit. That's first load on board. It feels a heavy one, nice and full, looking good grain. Just now going to take this and weigh it up at the weigh bridge, and then we'll see where we're at. It is a full trailer, so just taking a bit of pulling down the road. Thankfully it's a nice flat haul back, just a slight uphill up into Jervey to the weigh bridge, and then we'll get that sorted. I need to clean the camera, it's looking really mucky. We're on the phone at the moment because I left the GoPro at home, so I need it on a string and then I don't lose it. So right, see you in a bit. There we go, so this is the second trailer. I'm just leaving the weigh bridge now. So this is not our trailer, this is their trailer. So what I did was I started filling our trailer when we got back from the combine, but the dad of the fella who we're collecting from is there, and what he's done is he's just going to stay in the field in his tractor moving the trailers around, so I might as well just dump the trailers when I get back, pick up the one which is full, get it weighed, drop it off, so I'm doing the road miles rather than him. So this is a much smaller trailer than ours. It's just weighed in at 7.5 ton. Whereas the trailer that we took this morning, well earlier, it wasn't this morning, it was earlier, that was 11.2 in that, so obviously this one's weighed in at 10 total, so this whole trailer, including the trailer and the grain, weighs less than the grain which we had in our trailer. But it's a lot more compact trailer, and they've got quite small barns and they do potatoes, so I think it is mainly based around that, because obviously the potatoes would weigh more than barley, I think. I don't know, I've never actually weighed a trailer of potatoes. So then if you've got too big a trailer you end up with too much weight in it. Like you wouldn't fill a grain trailer with soil because you'd wreck it, you know, you'd be fitting 30 ton of soil in it and it'd just kill it. So random conversation. Ooh, spilled some grain on the floor there. So yeah, I'm just going to head back down towards the farm now and get this emptied into the barn and then head back to the field and get some more. Good morning, Tuesday morning. Sorry, just wobbly around there. So off to go collect some horse muck, which is going to be our fuel for the pumpkins for next year and the veggies and everything else. I've got Sam, who used to work for me. He's in the tractor behind me. He's just going to give us a hand. Yeah, so sun's shining, and we'll see where we get to. Awesome weather today. Just driven past some of the sunflowers there, looking spectacular. Let me just not wipe out a van or anything as I go out here. This thing is slow on the road. There we go. Right, So yeah, sunflowers are looking absolutely grand over there. Got the veggies on order the other night, so I can't wait for them to arrive, and then I'll be able to tell you what we've got coming up. Well, going in to then come up. So yeah, we'll see where we're at. I'll give you a bit of footage of us shoveling some poo. Great fun. Just collecting some horse muck. This is from a place really close to us. To the point of the field is literally probably 150 yards as the crow flies from here. It's not very far away at all, so nice quick turnarounds on it. I've got Sam helping me, as I said, so he's backs and forwards in the tractor. We've got one more midden to go clear, which should give us a fair amount. The advantage using horse muck is it's really clean, it's got loads of power in it, nitrogen wise power, loads of energy, so we could put it on relatively thin, which we don't have a massive amount of it. I might be in this coming season a bit more strategic on where I put it, whereas this year I used a slurry spreader. No, I didn't. I used a muck spreader, a rear type muck spreader, and spread it over the area where the pumpkins are going. I might try and favour this a bit more for the veggies, particularly if I can get that other area, because I am following on from some peas. So yeah, really nice. The top part of it's quite fresh, but that's now going to be the bottom part of it on the pile we're making. The rest of it is pretty well rotted, and I know when this one and the other one were both emptied, so that gives us a plenty time scale, because you've got to be careful that it's not too fresh, because it's too rich when it's fresh and it will actually burn plants. Not so much of an issue when you're spreading it thin and then incorporating it, but if you were to put it around your roses or something, it would burn them off if it was fresh. So the whole thing of well rotted horse manure, and it looks like compost when it's done. So yeah, we'll I've got to go off to a meal, a buffet where I'm going to be meeting the Lieutenant Governor. We've provided some produce up to it, as you know, so we'll get on with that this afternoon, and then I might be back to doing some hauling of barley, but we'll see where we're at. And I need to have a check on the field, because I've not really been down there. I had a call down yesterday. Someone came, a friend of ours, to have a look at the sunflowers and the pumpkins with his grandson, which is really nice. So other than that, I've not been and had a proper look, but we'll have a good look and see what's at and give you an update later. Afternoon. I've just got back from the meeting, hence I'm dressed a bit smarter than you're used to. So I've just been invited by the Derby Community Initiative, I think it is, to join them at a luncheon with the Lieutenant Governor, and it also tied in with the parish visit, so they've been and had a look at all the things that Derby's got to offer. For those who know, you know where Derby is. For those who don't, Derby is the next kind of major village north of us. There's a little one at the end of the road here, but then it's the next one kind of north. Now that's where I sell my produce to. So everything which comes off here, the lettuce, the sunflowers, we sell through a honesty box just out of Derby. Which is why I got invited. And I also got invited to the restaurant where we sell, who uses our produce. So today we had these wonderful little jacket potatoes stuffed with cheese, and it was absolutely amazing to be stood there and have people keep repeatedly coming up to me saying, I hear these are your potatoes. You know, they've come from the area across on the far side of the field. I dug them up at the weekend to make sure he had plenty of time to get a plan with what he was wanting to do with them, and dropped them up there, and he's made these tiny little jacket spuds, absolutely amazing. But even stood there talking to everyone, and I had a really good chat with the Lieutenant Governor himself and his wife, two wonderful, lovely people, and they're really interested in everything we do.
when I mentioned where we were, he said, "Oh, on the parish walk," because he did the parish walk and they did training for the parish walk. So he's actually walked past and noticed the sunflowers here, and it just the involvement and the interest that they had in what the whole community is doing has been great, and it's brought a lot of like-minded people together. And it's a lot of what we can do for people as well as what people can do for us as well. So I was there with Tamsin from Little Meadow Farm, who's got the honesty box that we sell through, and she was talking about the pork, and her eggs are also used at the old guardhouse as well. So it was just a real kind of like collection of really nice people, to be honest, and it was lovely to be a part of it. And you can't beat it, you know. A day like this has been absolutely fantastic. You know, the weather is stunning today. And now I think this afternoon I'm gonna go home, get changed, back into my scruffs, my more usual clothes, and look at getting this area weeded, because with it being so hot, if I go over that with the weeding tool, everything will burn off. So that's going to be really good. So I think that's my next kind of task. I thought I might have been hauling some barley this afternoon, but we've got in 48 tonnes, so I don't think we actually need any more for the initial what we're buying off them. So we'll see where we're at, but I'll drop them a message. But no, just absolutely lovely, you know, stunning, and the pumpkins are looking great. And I think we've found yet again another biggest pumpkin, slap bang in the middle. It was absolutely huge, right barrel of a thing. We did also find some white ones, which are known as a polar bear. I had well, as you know, I had the fella helping me this morning. We had a walk around because he used to work for me. Now all this has happened since he stopped this year. He worked for me for a few years, and then he's moved on to something different and just came back to give us a hand because he knows how to drive the tractor. But none of this was here when he was here. We just were bare ground, totally bare ground. So amazing for him to see the difference. But yeah, I'm just like absolutely over the moon with how today has gone, and thought I would come down and share it with you guys with the lovely backdrop of the sunflowers. I couldn't get any closer because the forks are a bit too low to kind of do these talks. He up at me, and the water tank was the closest thing that was magnetic. So yeah, that's how today's been so far, and you might see something else this afternoon, or it might be another day. Yeah, see you in a bit.
Wow, what a day this has been, a day of all sorts. So this morning, picking up horse poo, as you know. This afternoon I was dressed a lot smarter, as you've just seen, and done the community thing with the Lieutenant Governor. And now I've just dropped a trailer out to be filled up, which was a bit of a surprise. I was planning on doing a bit of weeding this afternoon, and then there was a shout for, oh, can you drop a trailer off? So got that done, and now to head back. And what I'll do is, sorry, I'm not trying to duck out of the thing, I'm trying to see before I pull out. I will come back out and get that later this evening. So I'll go.
Seemingly, flying ant warfare has broken out on the side of the pickup, and all over me as well. So it's that time of year again. These things around. Big crowd of them above me. I must have parked on top of the nest or something. So at that point, it's time to swiftly leave. Oh, not on this side. Oh, they're all over the roof. Oh well, they're just about to take a trip up to the honesty box, so I don't think they'll last very long on there. Right, tatty bye. Still Wednesday, but I have. This is my lawnmower, as you can guess, because there's nothing else. But I've just got a mulch kit for it. So this is battery powered. Is this mower? And it has a mulch kit, which is made of, that looks like a 2-part blade. So the idea of that is as it spins, it cuts the grass and it cuts the stuff which comes off it, and it all bounces up and down, and it makes lots of bits. Now this bit will sit in the back, probably slide in from the back. I'll have a look at the instructions, and that fills up that area, which stops the grass collecting into there. The advantage of this is it returns the grass back down onto it, so you're mulching the lawn to basically feed it every time you cut it. Now we don't put artificial fertiliser on our lawn, so you're okay to mulch. If you do mulch, you can't, let me get it right. So you can't mulch the first kind of like 6 mows worth of clippings, because obviously if you're putting artificial fertiliser down, it keeps the weed killer on there. So you just got to be careful with that. But mulch mower is good. I use this for jobs like where I've been this morning, and I use it for my garden here and little bits and pieces otherwise. I just really want to try and have to collect grass a bit less. We'll see how it goes. It's a long time since I've had a mulching mower. I've always collected, and I do compost the grass, particularly here. We use it compost, and that actually ends up down to the pumpkin field, because we can't use that much compost here in our veg patch. So I take that down to the pumpkin field and we use it down there. So yeah, I'm gonna just swap the blade out, put this new one in, and then I'll actually read the instructions on how that goes in. Looks like we've got a new bolt as well. Now, digger gun makes things a heck of a lot easier. You know, these are normally an absolute nightmare. Tipping a petrol mower on its side is a nightmare. You've got to be very careful when you do that. This is a battery mower. I can have it hung upside down if I want, but digger gun makes this a lot quicker than it would normally be. Obviously I'm going to be very careful when I put it back on that I don't over torque the fitting. So it's got a new bolt with it, so we'll get that out. New bolt and washer. So many instructions. English. Yeah, so there it goes. It goes in from the back and it makes a clack noise. Make sure that look, it shows you tip your mower backwards. We don't have to worry about that. We can chuck this one on its side. Got to make sure this goes on the right way up. So it's going to go on that way and sit in there. Washer, bolt, and I'm going to actually turn this down to number 1. There we go. So that's the lowest setting. That was just rattling back. So that's on. Looks good. And then we'll tip it back the right way up without skittling everything. It would have been a lot lighter if I'd actually took the battery out, but didn't do that. So as I say, battery powered, really handy. These aren't cheap. That was cheaper than I thought. So, but the advantage is just being able to that's going to take some thinking about. Yes, just push it in. Just slide it in. Always good, love it. Oh, there we go. Hang on. Possibly? Oh yeah. Okay. Probably would have helped if I'd have cleaned it first. So domestic mowers are normally a lot better looked after than commercial ones. It does have holes for them. There we go. And clack. I heard it go clack. There we go. That stops the grass coming back at you, because if you've not got a grass box on, it is terrible at throwing stones at you if you find a stone. So I'm going to go give that a quick try. Thumbs up. I don't think the chickens approve because they normally get the grass clippings. They do.
No, that's good, that. Well, whoa, look at that. Looks like... That looks amazing. Another week's gone. Where has this week gone? It's absolutely flown by. I can't believe it. Oop, get my finger in front of the camera there. What's been going on? All sorts. Giving these a try. I don't think they're working yet, but we'll try. We'll see if there's loads of wind noise. Yeah, we're at Friday evening now. Just come down to do the harvesting off here and get that off up to the guardhouse tomorrow. I'm also going down to the show tomorrow, so we're going to try and get some pictures and maybe a video and two of stuff going on. But yeah, this week's been absolutely crazy. Today I've been hauling barley from can't see one of the sheds, but basically up to that shed, from a shed about here somewhere. 75 ton of it, going at about a ton at a time, so lots of backwards and forwards in the telehandler, but all got moved, reset up the shed so it's all a bit better. Out here there's been just stuff growing. It's fantastic. We've got a new seed order. I will be getting some of that stuff planted next week I'm going to have all sorts going on next week. I'm going topping somewhere, which I'll get some videos of. We'll be planting stuff, we'll be harvesting stuff, we'll be standing in the middle of the sunflowers because it's just absolutely amazing. But oh, look at them rows. Hey, it looks like I might know what I'm actually doing. Guesswork. Yeah, so all being well, there'll be plenty of stuff next week. Thank you so much for all the likes and follows and the support. We're now up on TikTok as well, so trying to kind of keep up with everything. There'll have to be, I think someone mentioned there's an app which kind of manages them all, so I'm going to look into that because at the moment it's a little bit crazy. I'm trying to keep on top of everything. God, look at those sunflowers. It's beautiful. Gonna have to get a picture of that in a minute, but I'm using the phone. Yeah, so we're up on TikTok, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, obviously, because that's where you're watching us. So yeah, like, follow, share, please share as many as we can get. And I'm also going to tag in the description at least 2 channels which I've just now found from the Isle of Man. One Isle Farm, and the other one is Sanders Farming Vids. I think it is Sanders Farming Vids. Now I know Charlie from Isle Farm, and I used to work at the estate which the Sanders used to farm, so that's quite cool. Nice little link there. So I'll link them through in the description. Give them guys a follow as well. Nice to support other Manx companies and farmers which are doing stuff. But yeah, keep it real and have fun, and see you next week, and keep up on social media. As I say, thank you so much. Take care.